organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Happy Monday, Iowa City. Temporary housing. How long is it taking incoming freshmen to get into an actual dorm? In a gunman in Kinnick, we take a look at the man who threatened the safety of concert goers this weekend.
It is game week for Iowa football.
And you have your position previews, starting with the running backs.
All that and more headed your way. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good morning, Iowa City, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Nikki Crossway, and here are today's top stories. Some freshman students are finding that dorm life isn't exactly what they planned after ending up in expanded housing. The amount of time these students stay in expanding housing is determined by a number of reasons. Daily Iowa TV's Cole Johnson has the answers.
The first thing that a prospective student does to begin their college journey at the UI is submit their college application. This year, the class of 2020 set an enrollment record after over 5,600 students joined the freshman class. Once enrolled, a student can begin filling out their housing application, and then the race is on. The UI has only a set number of beds, and the date your housing application is submitted can be the difference between getting your dorm room or sharing a student lounge with a group of people.
We do everything by date of application, so the latest applicants are the people who are being placed in expanded housing.
Expanded housing is a way to provide a temporary home for freshman students until they're able to be placed into a permanent room.
Our general model is that we probably have 90 students out within the first 4 weeks of classes, and then after that, it depends on the attrition within the universities.
This year, between 150 and 180 students are in expanded housing. The new dorm being built on Madison Street will help those numbers drop, but the university isn't worried about students ending up in expanded housing.
Our goal is to have about 60 students in expanded housing because we know we'll have attrition in the first couple weeks, and that will allow us to move those students from temporary space into permanent space, keeping the residence halls full, which ends up keeping the rates lower for our students.
Some of the more common reasons that students choose to move out of their dorms are homesickness, leaving the university, and not doing well academically. As the semester continues, many students in temporary homes will find themselves packing up and moving out within the next few weeks. Reporting in Iowa City, Cole Johnson, Daily Iowan TV.
Presidential candidate Donald Trump made a visit to the Iowa State Fairgrounds in Des Moines this weekend during a fundraiser for Senator Joni Ernst. In a speech made during the rally, Trump touched on a couple key issues from his campaign. On immigration, Trump vowed to remove the, quote, hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants that have been released into the United States under the Clinton-Obama administration. Trump is going to have to continue fighting hard to win over Iowa, which President Obama has won in the past 2 elections. Just a day after Trump's visit, former Democratic candidate Martin O'Malley called Trump a racist at a rally in Des Moines. O'Malley said, quote, it's time to put this racist bully in his place and a tough woman in hers, the White House. The former Maryland governor's support of Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton and criticisms of Trump were part of his address to close out the Progress Iowa Corn-Fed program in Des Moines. An Iowa City man has been arrested for an alleged armed robbery. Police responded to a call of an armed robbery on Bartlett Road, where victims told police that 2 men pulled handguns on them and forced them to give up their valuables. The suspects ran off robbing the victims, but left them unharmed. Shortly after police arrived at the scene, 19-year-old Daquan Shack was seen exiting a residence that contained stolen goods and weapons. Shack is facing several charges, including first-degree robbery and possession of a firearm. He is currently being held in jail with a bond of $45,000. Well, I was excited to see a few hints of fall with some cooler weather earlier this weekend, but that yesterday was disappointed when the temperature spiked back up to the humid summer weather I was hoping we were done with. To find out what we can expect later this week, I'll send it over to Becca Skadden in the weather studio. Becca?
Hi, Nikki. I totally agree with you. I'm ready to see some sweatshirt weather, but I don't think this week is quite time yet. This morning, you can expect showers and thunderstorms continuing into the afternoon with temperatures in the lower 80s. By tonight, the sky should clear up, but we won't catch much of a break as temperatures will stay around the upper 70s through the night. As tomorrow morning rolls around, we can expect scattered thunderstorms with temperatures staying in the upper 70s for the rest of the day. Looking ahead at the rest of our week. Wednesday, we can expect a high of 78 degrees with partly cloudy skies. As we move into Thursday, we can expect temperatures in the upper 70s and sunny skies. Moving into the weekend, Friday's temperatures will be in the 70s with continued sunny skies. Saturday's temperatures are looking to be about the same with highs in the upper 70s. Happy Monday, Hawkeyes. Nikki, back to you.
The freshmen may have it through the first week of classes, but can they make it through Iowa City? With various construction sites dominating the town, we have to wonder how the newest residents are affected by this remodeling. Daily Iowan TV's Chris Cervantes reports with more.
It's here, it's there, it is literally everywhere. Once a small side note in Iowa City life, construction has grown to dominate this college town. Streets and sidewalks once filled with life have now become narrowed and cramped with traffic. While the size of the project has its own reasoning behind it, it is the students of the University of Iowa, specifically the freshmen, that have to face the brunt of the cons.
There's plenty of ways to go around it, and it's not a problem.
Living in Mayflower, it has definitely been a struggle because I'll have to leave early, like an hour early before my class starts, to get on the bus and make sure I get to class on time, because you can be waiting in the line to get up to Buke Street and the light will change 3 times and you still haven't gotten through the light.
Yeah, I guess over there it's more of a hassle, but on campus around where it is right here, it's fine.
While reaction to the construction has been mixed, ranging from indifferent to annoyed, one has to wonder, when will it all be completed? Construction was originally supposed to be finished before the fall semester and has already been pushed back to as early as October. When this delay was first announced months ago, City Manager Jeff Fruin announced publicly that he knew that this would be disruptive, but that they were moving as fast as possible. With any luck, downtown Iowa City will once again resemble its former self, but with a little extra professional polish. Reporting from the Washington Reconstruction Project, this is Chris Cervantes, Daily Iowan TV.
10,000, that is how many Syrian refugees are now safely in the U.S. because of a goal set by President Obama 1 year ago. The goal will be reached later this week with a group of several hundred refugees being transported to the U.S. from Jordan. There are currently just under 5 million Syrian refugees registered with the UN Refugee Agency, meaning those brought in under this initiative represent only a small fraction. With refugees coming to the United States, a few refugees have been making their new home here in Iowa. This is after Governor Terry Branstad originally ordered a stop to all state agencies assisting refugees following the attacks in Paris. The Obama administration wishes them luck as they start their new lives here in the U.S. A University of Iowa professor publicly expressed concern that Iowa icon Herky the Hawk looks too angry. Professor Resme Oral emailed the UI athletic department saying that Herky's face non-verbally communicates a message of violence and aggression. Oral suggested that Herky be made to display a range of differing emotions. In her statement, Oral says, quote, "As we strive to tackle depression, suicide, violence, and behavioral challenges and help our students succeed, I plead with you to allow Herky to be like one of us, sometimes sad, sometimes happy, sometimes angry, and sometimes concerned." The UI athletic department is taking her concerns into account. A drunk man jeopardized the safety of those in attendance at the Saturday's Back Porch Revival concert in Kinnick Stadium. Police found 26-year-old Timothy E. Draper wearing a fake officer's badge with a loaded handgun and a blood alcohol level of .10. Draper was arrested and faces charges of impersonating a public official as well as carrying weapons while intoxicated. Draper's offense could land him as much as 2 years in prison. This breach comes after last football season's increased security measures within the stadium. Despite the security breach, I can say firsthand that the Back Porch Revival concert at Kinnick Stadium was an enormous success. For more, we'll send it over to our sports experts, Ashlyn Bauer and Colin Murphy in the sports studio. Guys?
Thanks, Nikki. Well, Colin, I actually went to the Back Porch Revival, and I got there right when Tucker Beathard started. He actually started to sing a song about CJ.
Yeah, and it was cool. When Tucker actually started to play the song, CJ and a couple other Hawkeyes joined him on stage. You know, it's really cool to see some of the guys out there representing the football team over the weekend.
I agree. The Iowa soccer team went 2-0 this weekend with a 1-0 win over Eastern Michigan on Friday.
And on Sunday, they got the W over Wyoming. Reporter John Leo has the story.
After a tight first half and a lengthy lightning delay, the Hawkeyes came out refreshed in the second half. A late Wyoming penalty kick gave the Cowgirls a lead, but stout defense and goalkeeping for the Hawkeyes kept the game close. Minutes later, the Hawkeyes would get a penalty kick equalizer of their own, and senior Bree Telly scored 2 goals for the Hawks to give them a 3-2 home opening win.
I mean, the first goal was a breakaway, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without Devin. I think she just picked her head up and sent me a nice through ball, and then all I had to do was beat the goalie. And then the second one was kind of this, well, it wasn't a breakaway, but Carly, she just did the same thing. She picked her head up really well and just kind of found a nice little pass, and I just finished it with my right foot.
Our team has just got a bunch of fight, so we never like to be down. And when we were down, I knew that wasn't it for us. We took the momentum back, and we got that PK. And with that, I mean, you can just tell, you can feel the energy of how we all wanted to play for each other. We wanted to get the win for each other. It was huge.
Reporting from the Iowa Soccer Complex, this is John Leo, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Iowa soccer wasn't the only team winning this weekend. Iowa volleyball is off to a great start at the Northern Illinois Invitational. They went 3-0 over DePaul, Northern Illinois, and Loyola.
That puts the Hawkeyes undefeated this season. They're hosting a tournament starting Friday. Still in women's sports, the Iowa field hockey tournament team, went 1-1 this weekend, upsetting number 7 Wake Forest 2-1 on Saturday.
Then they fell to number 1 ranked University of North Carolina on Sunday afternoon 4-1.
Well, Ashland, Hawkeye football starts this Saturday, and this week we're going to take you through each position group.
Taylor Brooks is standing by with our first preview, the running backs.
Thanks, guys. Last season, the trio of Jordan Canzeri, Akram Wadley, and LaShawn Daniels Jr. made their names known. If one was hurt, the other one stepped up. They're still a trio, though, and I tell you more. The three horsemen may be no more with the loss of Jordan Canzeri, but with the combination of senior LaShawn Daniels Jr. and junior Akram Wadley, plus third down back Derek Mitchell, a new nickname could arise for this group.
No nicknames, nothing yet. We haven't done anything yet, so that's gonna have to wait. We know that to do him well, that we got to pick up slack. Obviously, me, Akram, and Derek, we all have to do an excellent job in the backfield. We have to go out there and make plays because that's what our position is based off of.
While Daniels is listed as number 1 on the depth chart, Wadley had a breakthrough game last season against Northwestern. That was a turning point in his career.
He's really grown, and I think that Northwestern game was a real pivotal point in his career. At least I hope it was. I think, and I can't document this, but my suspicion, my feeling that day was that he knew we needed him, and I think he really paid attention to some things that maybe have kept him off the field in this ball security. It starts with that. But yeah, we've seen him grow the rest of the season last year. I think he's had a good out of season. He's not quite there yet.
It's time to be consistent and keep producing. Trying not to get too comfortable. I'm trying to be consistent with holding the ball, consistent with catching the ball, receiving, and just consistent but not comfortable. I'm not trying to get too comfortable. That's how you get your spot took.
Even after the two combined for 1,142 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns, no one can stay comfortable as this team has a target on its back.
Each team that we play is going to give us our best shot, obviously, because of things that we did last year. So we know that we have to go in each day and we have to prepare, or we're going to go out on Saturdays and get beat.
Now tomorrow we switch to the defense and go to the defensive line with Katie Sextro. But for now, Ashlyn and Colin, back to you.
Thanks, Taylor. I don't know about you, Colin, but each position preview gets me more and more excited for opening kickoff on Saturday.
I agree, Ashlyn. We'll have more position previews throughout the week with the defensive line tomorrow. That's all we have for you guys in the sports studio. Back to you, Nikki.
Last night marked the 33rd annual MTV Music Video Awards. The show was dominated by Beyonce, who walked away with 7 awards for her album Lemonade, and Rihanna, who received the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. The two singers also gave widely praised performances throughout the evening. Other popular acts included Britney Spears performing for the first time at the show since her critically panned 2007 performance, and the Chainsmokers and Halsey singing their song Closer. And before we leave you, Daily Iowan TV has some exciting news. Starting September 12th, Daily Iowan TV will be producing live newscasts every day online at 8:30 a.m. We will give you more updates as the next few weeks go on. We hope you join us bright and early. And on that note, that's all we have for you today on Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between now and Friday. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Nikki Crossway. Have a great day, Iowa City.